Today on Tricrow Studios, we take a look at the Boss CS1 Compression Sustainer. The Boss CS1 Compression Sustainer reduces the output of sounds over a set threshold relative to the strength of the input signal, making levels much more consistent as well as improving sustain without adding a distorted sound. Now, this compressor pedal is very apparent. Once you plug this thing in and turn it on, you know it's on. It's got a very heavy compression sound, which you will hear here shortly. But right now we're going to move into the knobs of this pedal. Level knob controls the volume of your sound when this effect is applied. Now, turning this knob clockwise will allow you to add more volume, and counterclock decreases it. This pedal, for me, I find you have to bring the volume up to the higher regions because once this effect is applied, it's taking away a lot of that sound. So you're going to want to try to level out as best as you can with the pedal on and off so you're not getting that big bounce and volume difference. Moving on to the sustain knob controls the sustain time. Increasing this knob clockwise will lengthen the sustain time, and counterclockwise decrease it. If you take this pedal and turn the sustain all the way off, this pedal will work as a limiter. The mode switch allows you to select between normal and treble mode. In normal mode, it sustains the low noise, obtaining a longer sustain, and in treble mode, the sustain of treble sound is emphasized, which is great for chords. So I got my Ritchie Blackmore signature Mexican Stratocaster. We're plugging it into the Ditto X2 looper, which we'll get into later on, into the CS1, into the clean channel of the JSX head behind me. Nothing fancy about the clean tone. It's just the natural, neutral clean tone that I could find with this amplifier, just so we weren't taken away from what the pedal was doing for us. So here's the clean tone. As you can see, nothing crazy, but a nice clean tone. We're now going to turn the pedal on. Everything right now is at 12 o'clock. Our mode switch is at normal. You're going to hear a big drop in volume as soon as I turn this pedal on. So you're going to have to take that level knob and crank it up in order to compensate for what you've lost with this pedal, with the effect on. Another note with these old Boss pedals, especially some of the silver screw pedals, when you turn this pedal on, you'll see the flash of the LED, but it won't stay illuminated. This was normal for the older Boss pedals. They changed that later on, but don't be afraid to buy this pedal because the LED lamp's not working. It was totally normal. So moving on now, I'm just going to hit the low E, and then I'm going to hit back and forth, and you guys are going to hear how much of a volume difference is, and then eventually I'm going to turn up the level to try to compensate for what we've lost while turning the effect on. So pedal's off right now. Pedal on. So you can really hear that volume dip. So let's turn up the volume knob now, or the level knob of this pedal. We have the pedal off still, and then we're going to turn it on, and we're going to see how much we've been able to compensate. Level knob is completely maxed. Here we go. So pedal off. So you can definitely hear how apparent the heavy compression is in this pedal. Now we're going to move on to our sustain knob, which adjusts the length and time of the sustain. So here we go. We're at 12 o'clock right now. When you max it all the way out, you're going to get more of that slappy compression sound that you're hearing here that's very apparent. But when you turn it all the way down, you're going to have that limiting effect, which is going to eliminate all that nasty slap that you may not want with this pedal. Some people love that sound because it gives you that chicken picking feel, or it just gives you a different sound that a lot of people love. So here we go. Let's get into the sustain knob. all the way up, all the way off. So with it all the way off, you got that limiting effect. Halfway up. And all the way up. So just to make the notes a little bit longer so you can hear, here's all the way up. Halfway. And all the way off. Very large difference. Now we're just going to put our sustain all the way up to the 12 o'clock position again. We're going to switch our mode over to the treble, which is going to emphasize the higher region of our notes. So here we go from normal to treble. So just a little ditty with the normal. Now with treble. So that is how this pedal works. Now we're going to play just a small little song, and you guys are going to hear while I'm turning the knobs, because I'm going to use the Ditto X2 looper just to play through the song, and then I'm going to play it back with the looper and adjust the knobs in real time so you guys can hear the variation of sound as the knobs are being turned instead of doing the stop go like we've been doing. So here we go. So this concludes my review of the Boss CS1 Compression Sustainer. Hope I've been able to help you distinguish if this is the pedal that's right for you or not, and hope I've been able to answer any of the questions that you may have had on this pedal. Until next time, I'm Kevin of Tricrow Studios. Take care.